Marketing, 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 books, books, books. It all goes hand in hand. If you are an author, if you're a publisher, you want to make sure that you get the images that you put out there into the world, that they look good enough that people want to click and see further. So today we're going to be talking about images that you want to use for your marketing. Hi, I'm Linda Sunshine West, and I'm the founder, CEO of Action Takers Publishing. And with me, I have
Hey everyone, I'm Sally Green and I'm the creative director at Action Takers Publishing, and we're happy to be here today.
we got a really great show for you because here's the one thing is that when I first started doing publishing of books, I had no idea how to market them. And you might be in that place right now too, not realizing that there are some nuances to the messages, the images that you put out there that are really important to get them on point, or at least slightly on point. So that you don't like distract from what your message is trying to be. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to get right into it. Are you okay with that, Sally, if we just get right into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here, and what I'm going to show you is some examples of what you don't want to do. Okay, and we experienced this through through one of the books that we have coming up right now is called Wellness for Winners. We're getting ready to launch that really, really soon here. And we were asking our authors to send us pictures. And some of the pictures came in like these. And I'm going to show you, if you're watching this and you're in one of the books, don't worry, we got you covered. But some of the images came in with heads cut off, shoulders cut off. And it really makes it hard for us to create marketing materials that look good when we're dealing with something like this. Now we can make it work. It's just a lot harder for us. So of course we want to make our job easier, but also we want to make the best light of you in your marketing materials. So what we're going to show you right now is a couple examples of what it might look like, that what you shouldn't do. And then we're going to show you some really great pictures of what is ideal to make it easier to make your great marketing materials. So again, this one, as you can see at the very, very top of the screen, like there's a head there, and the head is cut off at the very top. And then both shoulders are cut off. That doesn't work because if you think about it, our shoulders aren't cut off like that in real life. So if we try to go put you into a marketing piece, we have to create the marketing piece around your shoulders and around your head, instead of being able to have you fit into the marketing piece. So they're completely different way of looking at it. This one here, as you can see, one of the shoulders is cut off. And in addition, a little bit of the hair is cut off. So we're losing that natural, real look of what you really look like because you're cutting yourself off. And then this one, both shoulders are cut off. The head is perfect, right? It's right in the center, but the shoulders are cut off. So we're not able to use that. This one, it's like really, really close up that, it's like just of your face and nothing else around you. So again, that one makes it more difficult for us to work with. We just don't have anything to work with except just the head. It's like your head is cropped off, right? And then the last one that we're showing is this one has a little bit of the head is cut off at the top. The shoulders are cut off at the sides, and it's also too zoomed in. So now, first of all, let's go to Sally. Sally, what do you think about that?
I think what happens is a lot of times people aren't they're sending photos of things that they're just everyday photos of them doing stuff. So they're not looking at the pictures from a marketing standpoint, so to speak. It's just them and their friends. And a lot of times I think with the shoulders cut off, they're cutting off the person next to them. That's why the shoulders cut off, because they just want them. And, you ask for a picture of just them and they're like, I don't have any pictures of myself, of just me. Or I'm just taking a selfie. And so you're cutting off parts, or you're getting, too much. So, a lot of times you just don't know. And when you are, when you're in a book or whatever, especially for like first time authors, they don't know any of this, that they need to get headshots, that they need to get, and the way to do it. So I think this is a great way to showcase that.
Yeah, and the interesting thing you said there was need to, right? Like you don't need to go out there and spend a lot of money. You can use your cell phone. Today's the cameras on
Mhm.
cell phones today. Now, if your cell phone is from 1990, which I don't even know if they had cell phones. I remember they had the little brick phones that went in the
Little
car.
flip phone. My
Yeah.
husband
Oh,
had it just until a few years ago.
oh yeah, yeah. So if it's one of those, okay, the camera might not be ideal for this, but you can use a cell phone to get these pictures. And when we're talking about headshot, it doesn't mean literally like just your head, because otherwise you look like a Oompa Loompa or something. So that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for just a little bit further back when we're looking for a headshot. We want you a little bit further back, so that we can see something around you and be able to crop things so that we can crop it. I'd rather have I'd rather see the image with a whole bunch of crap behind you so that we can at least crop that out than to have it so close that we can't do anything with it. Right? So use your phone, break out your phone. You can do selfies. Ideally, it's better if you have somebody else take a picture of you. But if you don't have somebody who can take a picture of you, it's possible. Like my phone, for example, I can say smile, and I just have to put on my camera, and I can say smile to my phone, and it'll take a picture of me. So I can have mine set quite a distance away and just say smile, and it'll take pictures of me. You might have a setting like that. I'm an Android Android user.
Well, a
Uh,
lot of times too, they have where you can set an alarm, like an alarm type thing, or
oh
a
yeah,
timer rather. So you set it for 5 seconds, and you turn it, you hit the thing in 5 seconds, you step back, and you're able to get a get a shot.
yeah. It'd be a move, an action shot. 5 seconds. You might want to set it to 10 seconds just to make sure. But there's the point here is that there are lots of ways to get really great photos using your phone, not spending any money. If you're going to have somebody else take pictures of you, ask them to take a lot of them, because not everybody has a photographer eye. Right? I'm not a photographer, but I just happen to be able to take some decent enough pictures. So make sure that if somebody is taking pictures for you, ask them to take about 20 shots of the same, like of you standing the same way, just so you can make sure we have something to work with. And then again, not if you're not using your phone and you're having a professional, we've seen some professional photos that really aren't good for marketing. So make sure that they know what they're doing. And when will share with you in just a minute some of the great examples that we pulled out of, just a couple of them that are really great examples that show how to showcase you ideally for those marketing images. So I'm going to share my screen on that, and excited to look at that part of it, because did I pull out the right thing? I did. Okay, I did something interesting here. Okay, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Ready, Sally? It's not coming out the way I thought they would, but but you guys don't know what I'm talking about, so it's okay. Okay, let's see here. So what we're going to see here, I'm going to showcase just the images here, and want to look at the difference here from those silhouettes that we created. So here we've got Debbie Morton. She's in the book Wellness for Winners. All the images I'm showing you right now are of a couple of our authors for Wellness for Winners. Now she's pointing up, which I really like, because we're able to, like, we can use her personality in her marketing piece. But now you see she's got on the bottom right hand side, there's a plug. We've got a door behind her. We've got some stuff behind her. But we could take all of that out. So what we are able to do is we're able to take her image and crop out all of that stuff behind her and use just that for marketing. We have her whole entire arm, we have her torso, we have her head, we got space above her head. We've got lots of space to work with. So this is a really, really great image. Next up, we have Dr. Lapsker here, and he's showing part of his personality by lifting his hands up. He's got a smile on his face, got the glasses on. And note, with his glasses, oftentimes glasses are tough because of the glare, but the way he's got his head tilted back just a little bit, it makes it so there's no glare from any light. Now you can see that there's a little bit of light on the rim of his glasses, but it's not on the glass, so we can still see his eyes. So that is a really great image there. Again, we have his torso, so we have his entire elbows. We can see them. We can see the top of his head. This is a really great photo, and again, we can crop the behind him. We can crop all of that out. So we don't have to worry about that as much. Now here we have, oh shoot, I can't remember. Okay, well here we have one of our ladies, Julie. And Julie, I like this one because now her shoulder is cut off just a little bit on the left. So I don't like that part of it. But if we have another photo of her where she's more in the center, and that's the one I should have chosen for this. But this one's really fun. You know, she's got a book in her hand. We could put the cover of our book right there on the journal if we wanted to do that. And then we can, again, crop out the back of this one. It's a close-up shot, but it also has, you know, other parts of her. And then this one of Dr. Kim, you know, this is a great one. This is obviously a professional photo that was taken. And, you know, because you can just tell by the pose and stuff like this, right? And this is a great photo. It's a full body, again, from her torso up. We've got her hands in there doing something a little bit different. And then the behind, you know, we can use that brick or we can take it out. So again, we have options to work with on that one. This one, again, you know, she's looking away from the camera. This is a really great photo. Personality is in there. And, you know, we're using, you know, a large portion of her body. And then here we have Sabrina. And this is a really great photo because we're doing from her knees up. We have lots to work with. And I really love the color on her. And I like her hand is up there, you know, up on top. And then she has her hand on down below as well. And then this is one of the images that we were able to take Sabrina's full body and insert it into this marketing piece. Now, if her shoulders were cut off, we couldn't do that. If her legs were cut off, we couldn't do that. There's so much we cannot do when we don't have a decent photo. Now, I'm not saying it has to be like it has to be a photographer, like from a photographer or anything. Again, use your cell phone. We want to use whatever we have. So here's her image, the full body image, and see how we inserted it into this marketing piece. And then we have Sherry. Now her head is, it's a little bit cut off here, but this one we were able to work with. So I love how she's pointing up into the sky. Again, this we were able to showcase the quote that she was saying right here. So see how we were able to use that photo. And even though it's not a full body photo, it's cut off at the girls area. It's cut off at the girls, that we were still able to use it because we put her behind something. But if her shoulders were cut off, we would not be able to use this photo. And then, you know, I think that's all. This is Tamara. I love this photo here because, again, if there's personality, we can crop this stuff behind her, and or we can, you know, we could do whatever we want with it. It's a really great image. Again, we have that personality showing. So those are all the images I wanted to show today for that. Stop our screen share. And so I just love to hear your thoughts on those photos, Sally, and what you think about the way they came out and the way we're using those for the marketing materials.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's great that you know, a lot of the photos that we received were great. And you know, it's just knowing what to send and knowing how to look for your photos in your groups of photos that you have in your phone. So
Yeah, oh, that's so true. And one thing I want to point out here is that if you're an independent author, you know, you're doing your own thing, publishing your own books, what I want to show is that the thing about these marketing pieces here is you can create all these on Canva. We just use Canva to create our marketing materials, and that's canva.com. And what we do here is we put the title of the chapter with the name of the author, with their title, a picture of the book, and then a quote from their chapter, again, their name, and then it's an excerpt from the book, Wellness for Winners. And so we just create a whole bunch of these for our authors to be able to share out with the world, as well as us sharing them with the world as well. And so it's a lot of fun because we have this opportunity to advertise them and they're advertising us at the same time. And in the meantime, you know, we're all sharing the message about the book, getting the stories out there, because it's really about what can you create for marketing that's going to get people to click and buy so they can read your story and change their life. Right, Sally? And that's what it's all about.
Well, I mean, that's what it's all about. And it's about the authors then having those marketing pieces to put out to the world and to say, hey, you know what? I'm in a book. Check this out. Here's an excerpt from my book. here's me, and that's what we want. We want to showcase our authors. We want our authors to be excited about these books because these are their stories. And I'm really excited about that part of it because they get to share their stories with their family and with their friends and with their audience and the people who know and love them. And
Yeah.
so having their own photos on their own marketing materials is just so much fun. And it's so I remember when the first book that I was in and they sent me all that stuff, I was like, wow, this is so cool,
Yeah.
and being able to put it out there and hey, look at me, so yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I think our marketing materials are amazing. And we have Belle behind the scenes doing a lot of this work, and she's
working right now, by the way. She was just messaging us.
But she's amazing and she does such a good job. And so yeah, you guys in the book are lucky. And so I mean that's one of the perks that we give to our authors when we're in the book is having those marketing materials, and now you have them to give out there. So
yeah, and we really love, again, like Sally said, we really love what we do, and sharing the message, sharing your message with the world is really important for me. Sharing our stories. I didn't really realize how much of an impact my story could have until I shared it. For me, it was like, who would want to read my story? So what I'm showing you right now is just, this is our website, actiontakerspublishing.com. We specialize in collaboration books, and that's bringing together authors to share their story. And what we look for is 30 authors per book. There might be 1 or 2 books here that only have 20 authors, depending on what we're doing with it. But typically, we're looking for 30 authors per book. These are some of the ones that we have coming up. We have a whole bunch of different, programs that are coming up. We have an influencer program. If you have a group of people, that have the same common thread, common bond, and you want to put together your own collaboration book, reach out to us because we can make it happen with you and for you. And we do all the hard work behind the scenes. You just help us get the book filled. And then we have action takers who gain by losing. This is for people who have done intermittent fasting and sharing how that intermittent fasting, the losing the weight, that what they gained by that. And then action takers with healing powers, where just want to hear your healing power story. Do you have healing powers? How did you get them? How did you know you had them? Then the book I read, this is a free book that we actually offer to our authors. So if you join up with us to be in one of our books, then you'll have other opportunities for free. Every 4 months, we'll be pushing out an additional book, a free book for you to join. So that's really exciting, something that we're doing that's different than everybody else out there.
The
right?
thing is, you can also pay to be in that book. There's also a
that's true. You can pay if you want to pay $79.
If you're not an author and you want to pay, right?
$79 US. That's a steal because you won't find that. That's just a steal. Trust me. So $79 to be in that book. So if you want to make that as your first jump, your first leap into you becoming an author, join us. Pay $79, write 1,000-word chapter about a book that has transformed your life, and join us on this journey. It's really amazing. So some of the books we have coming up, Action Takers Living on Purpose, Fabulous After 50, Action Takers Who Lived a Year of Yes and What They Learned, Action Takers Thriving After Cancer. We have a whole bunch. Look at all these different titles we have coming up. There may be 1 here, 2, 5, 10 of them that really, really resonate with you. If there's one of these books, or again, 2, 10, 5 of these books that you want to join, go ahead and join us. And click this button right here. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Click this button to learn more. No, that's the wrong button. Shoot, I clicked the wrong button. I wasn't ready for that, I guess, Sally. I clicked the wrong button. Hold on. Join this. Click one here.
Yeah, just join. Click one of those.
We're gonna add another tab that says I'm interested in being in a book, or I'm ready to join a book, because they might not want to join that book. But it'll take you here to our payment page where you go ahead and make your payment, and you don't have to choose your book today. You don't have to choose it today. Just make your payment so you can get in, and you have made a commitment to yourself to changing your life. So again, one of these titles may fit with you, 2, 3, 5, 10 of them may fit with you. Just go ahead and join us. And we're really looking forward to sharing your story with the world and changing everybody's life.
There you go. Let's do it.
Okay, what happens if they text the word book to 203-533-GROW? What happens?
They get I think they get your calendar link to
Is that what
connect with
happens?
us.
Okay. Hey, we're winging it. As you can tell, we're still figuring this stuff out, you know? When you start a business, you don't know everything. You don't have everything ready to go, everything lined up. And so as I asked that question because I don't know what happens, you know?
Yeah, they get a text back and it says, click this link and hop on a call and talk about sharing your story with the world. And it's a link to your calendar.
Okay, awesome. So text the word book to 203-533-GROW and let's hop on a call so we can talk about your story. Because, for example, I was on a call with a woman this afternoon. I won't give her name. Well, you won't know who she is anyway, but we'll just say her name was Tammy. That wasn't her name. And Tammy was telling me her story. And as she was telling me her story, I was like, oh my God, you'd be a perfect fit for this book, and this book. I can totally see. So you pick one or three or none or whatever. But when I hear your story, I know which of those books that comes up that is a perfect fit. Your story is a perfect fit for. And you don't realize this until you hop on that call, that your story is a perfect fit. I'm telling you right now, it is a perfect fit for something. We got a book for you. I think we got a book for just about everybody, Sally, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do. And if not, we'll create one.
Exactly. And a good point. Good point. If you have a topic that you would love to see us turn into a book, if it resonates with us and it's something that we think that we can go ahead and fill and we can make it happen, we'll put it out there. So make these suggestions. We want to hear from you. We want to change the world. We're publishing 25 books this year, 25 books in 2022. So you can be part of that.
Well, what was funny was last week when we were in our had our authors meeting. I think we came up with like 5 new book titles between the people there. They're like, oh, you know, because they're so excited about being in the Wellness for Winners book. They're like, you need to do a book on this. And we're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So she's like, Sally, write these down. So we came up with what I think there was like 4 or 5 new titles.
I think so, yeah.
Just from our little chat with the 15 or 20 people we had in our Wellness for Authors Zoom meeting. So that was fun. And you know, you never know where these titles in these books are going to come from.
And there was something you said there that I think is important here too, is we host a monthly meeting for our authors. So authors get an opportunity to meet each other, authors from all the books that we do. So as time goes by, more and more people will be showing up because we'll have more and more authors. And also what we do is before the launch of the book, we host a meeting with the people who are in that particular book to answer any questions they have about what's coming up, what's their participation in the launch, you know, answer any of the questions that they have. And so again, another opportunity to get to meet those people in your book. This is the great thing about collaboration books. Collaboration. It's all about that collaboration. Right. Sally, share your story, you know, about how you joined your first book and what that turned into.
Yeah, well, you know, back in 2020, I was given the opportunity to, I was here, it was a Friday night, and I was sitting on the couch, and Forbes Riley, some of you know her, was on, and she said, you know, I'm looking for people to be in a book with me and to write a chapter in a book. And I was like, wow, this is exactly, I've always wanted to write a book. And actually, I had made a little book, and I had, you know, my book, and that was, it was like my my vision board, you know, because I was like, someday I'm going to write a book. And when she mentioned that, I was like, this is exactly what I want, and I'm going to do it. And I invested the money, and I wrote the chapter, and I was going onto the Zoom and meeting all these people. And, you know, I had never met anybody like these people. I mean, my little group of family and friends was all I knew for years and years and years. And so being now connected to all of these new people has really changed my life. You know, I've gone into starting my own business and doing some coaching, and now doing some publishing with Linda. And it's all because I said yes to that first book and made that decision to invest in me.
Oh, I love
So,
how you said, I said yes to that first book, because that's exactly how I felt. Because the first book I was in was also a collaboration book. And I said yes to me. I said yes to me of sharing my story and putting it out there. And it really is, it's a shift that we make. So if you're sitting there thinking that you have a story, but I don't know if anybody's going to want to hear it, you'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised at how your story, as insignificant as you may think it is, that it will make an impact on somebody.
yeah,
Trust.
yeah.
Yeah.
And something, Alice said today when she was talking, and how, she had this story inside of her, and this thing that had happened to her, and people were saying, you really should have a outlet to share this story, and being able then to be in our Fearless Entrepreneurs book and share that story has, she's been able to now impact so many more people with being able to say, here, read my story. So it gives you the opportunity to do that, to impact other people and to influence them.
Yeah, it really does. And it's so fascinating how we have this ability to do this, but oftentimes we allow our fears to stop us, or maybe we don't want to make the commitment, or whatever the reason may be, but not realizing that that is part of impact. And that's one thing I love about these stories, and especially again the collaboration part of it with other authors, is that we have opportunities not only to connect with them, but to reach into their sphere of influence as
Mhm.
well. There have been many, many instances where somebody has read, one, or in many of our books, and they've ended up reaching out to other people who were in the book as well. And it's just such this is, to me, this is part of the impact that I'm here to make. And our mission at Action Takers Publishing is to empower 5 million women and men to share their story to make a greater impact on the planet. And so that right there, this is part of it. If you want to be part of that, just join us. Go ahead and text the word book to 203-533-GROW, or go to actiontakerspublishing.com and check us out. Find out what we're working on. And we look forward to seeing you. We're going to be doing these sessions here. Like, I don't want to tell you what days, because we might change the days on you.
A
We'll
couple
be,
times a week we'll be here.
yeah, we'll be here at least once a week. Let's do that just in case. Yeah, so we're looking forward to sharing with you different things that you can use, and tips, tools, techniques that you can use to publish your book, to get your story out there. We'll bring other authors on that will talk about their journey to authorship, as well as bringing on some other people, maybe like book writing coaches. Look, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff that's related to books. And again, this is all about making that impact, getting your story out into the world, and making the greatest impact that you possibly can make. This is Linda Sunshine West with Action Takers Publishing. It's been really great. Sally, I just love you. You're so amazing. And I'm so glad to have you on my team. And Belle, we know you can't hear us right now, but thank you so much for being part of this team, and looking forward to sharing your story with the world.